What's up, champs? In this video, I'm gonna show you how much protein you need to eat and so that you could drop body fat or build lean muscle mass. And inside this bag right here, I'm gonna show you what foods I eat to stack up my protein over the course of a day and so that I hit my protein goals. Now, before we dive in, be sure to hit that subscribe button, baby. Let's get to the action. All right, guys, listen. So there's a lot of trainers out there that'll tell you you need to be hitting these protein goals. But even if you eat the right amount of protein, if you don't eat the right amount of calories over the course of a day, you still won't get the results you want. And so the first thing we need to focus on is understanding how many calories you need to eat over the course of a day to either drop body fat if that's your goal or to build up muscle mass if that's your goal. A rule of thumb, what I always tell guys is you want to multiply your current body weight times 0.8 or multiply your current body weight times 1 or 1.2. So if you want to err on the side of eating a little bit more protein, then do 1 gram per pound of body weight or 1.2 times your current body weight. But if you don't want to eat as much protein, that's totally fine too. You could do 0.8 times your current body weight. Anywhere in that range, you'll be good. But listen, guys, like I said, you gotta know how many calories you need to eat, because calories in and calories out is really the name of the game, baby. Like, if you don't get that part of it right, you won't be able to build lean quality mass and drop body fat at the same time. And so now that we got that out the way, I got my bag right here because I want to kind of, pull out one food after another so that I can kind of keep you guys watching. I got to do different things to keep y'all watching. And so with that said, I eat about 4 meals a day. Okay, now there will be some trainers out there that'll say, hey man, you gotta eat 6 little tiny ass meals, you gotta eat 7 little small ass meals all day. I don't have that kind of time, guys. But when I was back in bodybuilding, I did do that. I ate 6 meals all day, and I just found myself not really liking the process because every other hour I had to eat something else, or I had to cook something else, and I just got tired of doing it. And so I got burned out, and I started thinking to myself, okay, as long as I'm hitting the right amount of calories on a daily basis, can I still get the results I want? Because that's what truly matters. Like I just said, guys, as long as you hit that right amount of calories on a daily basis, you can eat 1, 2, 3 meals on a daily basis and still get the results as long as you're hitting the right amount of calories, okay? Now, obviously, we need to be eating a certain amount of protein too, and I just shared that with you. But let's go ahead and get into it, guys. And so the first thing that I tend to eat, and one of the things is, I get a lot of guys who ask me, well, Jay, what are the best foods to eat to burn fat? What are the best foods to eat to build muscle? Guys, the reality is, like, you can eat whatever you want to eat. Like, obviously, there's going to be more quality food versus others, and everyone, some people make a little bit more money, so they can spend a little bit more money on like organic food. But just eating organic don't mean you go get the results if you don't have these right things in order, like your calories and your protein intake. You're just eating healthier food. And so one of the things that a lot of guys don't realize is you can overeat on healthy food if you're trying to drop body fat and get fat. And so you got to have the calories down pat, you got to have the protein down pat. But everything is all about preference, guys. Like, you got to know what works the best for you. You got to know what foods you prefer to eat, because you can go to any trainer out there and say, hey, can you make me a meal plan? But if they're not allowing you to eat the food that you enjoy eating, you go find yourself falling off that diet. You're not gonna stay on it long term, because if you hate eating broccoli, but the trainer's telling you, hey, you gotta eat this broccoli, you go fall off at some point. There's only so much willpower you're gonna have to just keep stuffing your face with broccoli if you don't like eating it. And so with that said, the first thing that I normally eat, and what I'm also gonna do in this video, is put up little screenshots of like how much protein is in each thing that I tend to eat, okay? And so the first one is egg whites, all right? This is when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I eat, all right? Egg whites, I do scrambled egg whites, but I also do it along with some beef smoked sausage, okay? So I eat these two together, all right? I believe I eat about one and a half cups of egg whites and about 3 or 4 ounces of beef sausage, just depending on how I feel that morning. If I don't feel the need to eat as much protein that morning, you know, I might not eat as much beef sausage, but, you know, or I might eat, you know, 4 ounces of beef sausage still, but I might cut down on the egg whites. And so you got a little bit of an estimate. So what I tell guys, like when you do your numbers on how much protein you need to eat, let's say it says 200 grams of protein on a daily basis. Give yourself like a 15 gram of protein grace. All right, so what I mean by that is, like, let's say for example, if it says 200 grams, you can eat as little as 185 grams or as much as 215 grams, like give or take, okay? But I tell people, like, err on the side of like less if you're trying to drop body fat, err on the side of a little bit more if you want to build up mass. So if you want to build up mass, go 200 to 215. If you want to drop body fat, go 200 to 185, all right, grams of protein per day. And so with that said, these are the first 2 things I eat. Somewhere around this video, you'll see like the screenshot of exactly how much protein is in it. That's how, like, what I like to do is I like to eat 3 to 4 big meals on a daily basis. So that way I'm not having to eat so many small meals of protein all day long. And, you know, for the sake of this video, I'm just showing you the protein. Obviously, I'm not just eating protein, I'm eating vegetables and carbs with it too. But I'm just showing y'all the protein for the sake of this video, okay? So that's the first one. That's what I normally eat for breakfast. The second thing that I normally eat is chicken tenderloins. All right, chicken tenderloins. What I like to do with my chicken tenderloins, I'll normally cut them, and so they're like diced. All right, I'll put them on my little cutting board over there, and I'll cut them up, throw them in a skillet, put some olive oil in there, put some all-purpose seasoning on there, and what else did I put? Some Creole seasoning on there too, and it tastes amazing. You know, it tastes really good. And this right here, I normally eat about 7 ounces of protein with this, and it puts me right around like 40, 50 grams of protein, somewhere in there. You'll see the screenshot of that one somewhere around this video too, okay? And then the last meal that I'll tend to eat is wild sockeye salmon, all right? I think I said that right. So what I normally do with this is I do the same thing. I eat 7 ounces of the salmon. And the thing about salmon is this, like whenever you're eating dark meat, and it's not just fish, but even like the dark meat in chicken or like beef sausage, you know, it's dark meat, it's gonna have more fat in it, guys. Like if you eat proteins that are like egg whites or chicken, you're gonna notice that it doesn't have much fat in it, if any. Or if you eat like cod, you know, or if you eat mahi-mahi or some shrimp, those types of proteins, they don't have as much fat in it. But, you know, the omega-3s from the salmon are great for our health. It's great for our brain health. For men, it helps our testosterone. Actually, guys, like we need those healthy fats in our diet. And so don't stray away from eating, you know, a certain amount of fats on a daily basis too. All right. And so these are the proteins that I tend to eat in my meals. I think I said it already, but my salmon, I eat 7 ounces of that. And as you may know, like if you look at it, like somewhere around this video, I still haven't gotten up to around my daily amount of protein, which I normally eat about 185 to 200 grams of protein a day. And the way that I amp up the rest of my protein is a protein shake. So I'm not doing a sponsor video or anything for these guys, but this is one of the most quality proteins that I've found on the market. All right, you can get it at Vitamin Shop or something like that, or maybe even on Amazon, but it's called ISO 100 by this company called Dymatize. All right, they need to shoot me a check for doing this YouTube video. But really good quality. What I love about it is that, you know, some whey protein shakes out there, it doesn't do really good with my digestive system. So I'll tend to have like gas and things like that when I drink certain types of protein shakes. You know, I'm not gonna throw any shade to any brands out there, but you know, I found that this one works really well with my digestive process, digestive system. You know, I feel good, I feel energized. And some mornings when I'm really, really busy, and I don't have time to cook my breakfast, I'll just drink a protein shake with some almond milk, you know, some unsweetened almond milk, or, you know, some original almond milk. And, you know, that sustains me for like 2 or 3 hours. And so this is how I actually get my protein intake all the way up. And I'll do 1 to 2 of these a day. So I'll do one of these probably in the afternoon time, like early afternoon, and then I'll do it again. Then I'll do it again around like before I'm getting ready to go to sleep. Okay. And the reason I do that is because, guys, like, I'm human too. I tend to want to eat. Sweets at night. Like growing up, you know, I used to eat honey buns and drink Capri Suns and, you know, eat hot Cheetos, all that kind of stuff when I was growing up. And so I still have a sweet tooth, guys. It never goes away. We just develop discipline to be able to tolerate not having it. And every blue moon, I might have something sweet, like a Reese's cup or something like that. But for the most part, you gotta find ways to, you know, just discipline yourself. And one of my ways is, this is still healthy, but it tastes good. You know, and there's other flavors that these protein shake companies have. I tend to just, you know, drink the vanilla one. And let me see. Yeah, it's the vanilla, somewhere around here, gourmet vanilla. And so that's the one I tend to do, and it tastes great. All right, it tastes like a treat. And I'll do that 1 to 2 times a day. And that's how I get my protein intake all the way up to like 195 to 200 grams of protein. All right, so hopefully you found this video helpful. Be sure to like the video, comment anything that you want to share and add to the video as well down in the comments that you feel like might help somebody else out, or comment any topics that you want me to talk about in the future. And also, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because as you know, guys, right now we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. I'm pushing hard, and so I appreciate your support. Share the videos with your friends and anybody else that you feel like might find it helpful. And be sure to subscribe to the channel yourself if you haven't already. All right, guys, let's get to the action.